Not only does the Republican Party have absolutely nothing to offer American voters, but they're also exceptional hypocrites. You know, these same Republicans that go out there every day saying, I believe in God, I love Jesus, I have been saved, are also the ones that get popped with, insider trading in Congress. They go on profane tirades. They talk about all the people they hate all the time. Clearly, no way at all living the life that the Bible they love to cling to tells them they should be living. And that brings me to another viewer question here. This is from user JAO Fig, who asks, why do American voters seem so blind to the blatant Republican hypocrisy? Granted that it goes hand in hand with politics, but since Trump, it escalated to a level only justifiable with stupidity. I agree 100% with that. Like, we've got some real stupid people in the United States. So, don't get me wrong, there's stupid people all over the country, all over the world. But when you get groups of people together, even if you've got super smart people, you put them in a group and the whole group just seems to collectively get a little dumber, right? And that's what's happening with politics. Now, to me, it's not just the hypocrisy. It's just the fact that Republican voters continuously get conned by Republican politicians. And it's easy to do because you do it with key phrases and buzzwords, right? Here's a good example. What's the Republican Party platform for this year's election? You don't know it because they don't have one. They didn't release one in 2022 either. Or before that. Or before that, or before that. Anyway, you get my point. They're not releasing party platforms, or at least not giving us anything real, but they're telling us we got to shut down the border. Okay, but that's not a plan. Like, what are you going to do for all the companies and, employers here who actually rely on migrant labor coming in? Migrants are a huge part of the U.S. economy. So saying we're going to shut down the border, not actually a plan. In fact, it's an economic disaster waiting to happen. Second thing they tell us, the economy's in shambles. Cool. That's a talking point. It's not a plan. We got to do something about crime. Do what though? See, it's your job to tell us to the something. You can't just say we'll do something. You say we will do X, Y, and Z in this order to fix the problem. But they don't do that. They don't do any of it. They don't give you actual plans because they don't know how to govern. And then, of course, back to the question at hand with the hypocrisy issue, what Donald Trump was accused of doing, 10 years ago would have been a career ender. I mean, let me throw out a name a lot of y'all probably haven't heard in a long time. John Edwards. Remember John Edwards, right? His wife had cancer. He had an affair, had a child with the woman he had an affair with. Career over, done, gone. You cheated on your wife, dude. You're out of here for good. Now imagine if John Edwards had had an affair with an adult film star like Donald Trump has very publicly done. Oh my God, he would have been crucified, shipped out of the country to live on a deserted island by himself for the rest of his existence. But now here we are at a time where Republicans defend this. Like, no, it's totally cool. Don't worry about it. It's good. When just 10 years ago, it was a political career ender. So they throw their morals away. This is the party that is still, fundamentally made up of the Christian right. And they excuse it because they go out there and say, we're not being hypocrites. We're being forgiven. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Okay, but it's only considered a mistake if you show remorse. And that's the part that the Christian conservatives seem to always forget. Trump's not sorry that he did it. He's sorry he got caught. He hasn't made amends for it. He hasn't gone to confession. He hasn't sought forgiveness from anyone. He'll do it again if he gets the chance, folks. But the Republican hypocrites are going to keep forgiving it and acting like it's no big deal. If a Democrat were to do it, oh my God, get him out of here. But for Republicans, they excuse their own hypocrisy, and the voters, for some reason, are just completely blind to it. They don't understand that the Republicans are not doing anything to help their lives, but more importantly, they don't seem to realize that these very same Republicans are preaching a do as I say, not as I do type of lifestyle.